Hi everyone, just waiting on Blake. Welcome to the Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. I hope everyone's doing great. Hi Tamika, hi Ken, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. How's your day going today? Can you hear me? Okay. It's been a long day, thanks Tamika. I've had a migraine all day, so that doesn't help. Awesome. Thank you, Tamika. Yep, and it looks like that is Blake.
Hey guys,
Hi Blake, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Look at you, all in your good. You and your Celtics gear.
Yep, game time right now. Game time.
I was, I was gonna ask you, is it game time or something?
Yeah, yeah. I think they're up right now. I need to go look at the score.
And look at you, you're so dedicated to the podcast, you're willing to give up your game time.
Yeah. It's all right. It goes by quick, and the game will be still on after we're done.
Oh, good.
So,
So what did you eat tonight?
I had a burrito, a fajita burrito.
Yeah, I had Progresso's chicken noodle soup.
Wow, I haven't had that in a long time. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I've been Jessica. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Okay, so where are they? Where is the Celtics at? Like,
Right now they are in Boston. It is game 6 to close out the series, or I mean, game 5. I'm sorry, to close out the series. Boston leads it 3-1.
awesome. So if they win this game, they win the championship.
No, they go to the next series, the
Oh,
se-
got it.
the Eastern Conference semifinals. Um,
Uh,
Last game we lost our starting center, Kristaps Porzingis. He got hurt to a calf
uh,
strain. He's going to be out for at least the next series. So we need to fight like dogs on the next series just to bleed to get Kristaps back, and hopefully we'll get him back game 6. That's our big man center. We traded him. We got a lot for him. So,
oh, good. So you guys,
but
I had a, I've had a migraine all day today. So I'm trying this. I got this from Pinch Me. It's a
hmm
neck, like it's a TENS unit kind of, and it's got these electrodes, and it like almost shocks your muscle, and then it vibrates it. It kind of feels weird. I don't
really,
know if it. I don't know.
that is
Maybe it
weird.
helped. I wonder if it did kind of help my neck. I don't know. But all right, everyone. Did you all watch Training Day like you're supposed to?
Like you were supposed to. I know I did. That's I'll watch that movie anytime I can.
Yes, I did.
You think you can do this to me? I'm putting cases on all you bitches. 24-hour lockdown. Shoot program.
How do you remember stuff like that?
Y'all's asses will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
Well,
I don't know. I just do. It's just because it's so. I I watch these things happen. I watch these really good movies and these actors that just act out, and it's some whenever it's believable, it's so believable, and you just get like I don't know. Sometimes whenever they do a really good job and you believe the character that they're portraying, you get attached to that in some type of way, I guess, or like that mentality or the way that it made you feel the first time you watched it, and it kind of morphs your personality in a way. Pop culture certainly does. I think. I mean, especially if you like that stuff, you try to imitate that in your own life, or try to portray the same thing. And in training, when it comes to training day, that is, like I said, it is the pinnacle story of ultimate good versus ultimate evil. And like there is nothing better than a genuine good cop, and there's nothing worse than a crooked one. You know what I mean? So I think that this story really like just shows you that there is that guy that stands up for what's right before what's beneficial. And I love Ethan Hawke's character in this movie. He's so good. Uh, he was not even like he was like the fifth option to play this role. And now that I see it as him, I can't see anybody else doing it. Brad Pitt was considered for the role. There was a couple other people. I need to go look at the IMDb page for it again. But yeah, it's such a good movie. Everybody, um, oh, Francesca forgot. Nobody remembered. All of you guys. Y'all are
that's all
terrible.
right. Hi, Carter. Thanks for coming in. No.
Training Day is so good, and it should be basically free to watch.
It
Um,
was on Tubi. I watched it on Tubi. It was free on
oh, okay,
Tubi.
cool.
They were trying.
Uh, there's a couple things about the movie I think probably didn't age well, or like you couldn't put that in today's movie. Probably like the scene with the young girl getting raped in the alley. That's just I don't think anybody's making a movie like that today. There'd be way too much backlash. Although it's genuine and it's something that happens. It's an honest betrayal. Uh, I don't think that it aged very well. There's not a lot of people making those kinds of movies anymore like that. Uh, and what the hell is Dr. Dre doing in this movie? He sucks. He's so terrible. I didn't believe a single word that came out of his mouth. You could tell he was acting the whole time. It was just, if it weren't for such a good performance by Denzel and Ethan Hawke, Dr. Dre would have killed this movie all on his own.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Francesca. I can do that if I even remember. I got to do it. Yeah.
Yes, you do that because you're in control of it. I can't, but I would. I would drop hints, all kinds of stuff. We we need categories and all that. But the first one was recasting. Who would you recast for this movie? Like anybody
um,
else different? Who plays Denzel? Who do you think can do it? I've got one person.
I would think. Okay, who does a good bad guy? You know that Ken, who's that one guy that always plays a bad guy and does a really good job, that he's always an asshole. Um, I don't know, he's always like a sergeant, but he plays a bad guy all the time.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Um, Me personally, I totally see Sam Jackson taking this role. He would be perfect as the
Uh,
bad cop. He may be a little old in 2001 when this movie came out, but I think Sam L could have been because I mean he did so good in Pulp Fiction, all the movies, Jackie Brown. Up to that point, he was already an icon star, so he totally could have taken that role. But I do think he may have been a little bit old. That's it.
Mark
That's just
Mark Wahlberg for Ethan Hawke.
that's pretty cool. He's probably too young. He's still in his Marky Mark days. But totally, I mean, as far as good cop, he plays cop movies all the time. That's a good recast. I feel like if this movie was made in probably like 2012 or so, totally, it's all him. Make this movie 10 years later, and it has Mark Wahlberg in it, and probably like, I mean, maybe Sam Jackson could still be in this movie. I really think, or even Denzel, because 2012, Denzel comes out with Flight. That a
Hmm.
great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah,
Uh, which we should review eventually. Anything pretty much Denzel is just so good. But
yeah, he's a good actor.
he is. He
But
is definitely.
I did not like this movie because how he was so corrupt, and
It makes
it
you wonder, right?
well that and like especially nowadays with everything happening with all these cops and cops have a bad rap
Uh-huh.
nowadays. It just made me think, a lot too because with Kenny trying to get into law enforcement and he's at the jail now and he wants to do good and he wants to be a good cop and all that and it's like man I can kind of see where cops can use their power and go corrupt and I hope my son never does that but it gives cops a bad name that people are just out to like bash all cops and they don't want any cops so
No,
even
no,
the
it,
good
it make
cops.
it no, I'm sorry, but no, you're so right because the worst part about it is if your son is a good guy and he genuinely sees these bad things happen, and he reports it, it makes him look bad because he didn't stick up for his boy or whatever, and he he chose to protect his oath before his friendship to the guys that he works with, which that makes him a good guy. That's the good guy. That's the aspect of it. You know, you just keep fighting it and fighting the bad until even if the bad is in your own backyard, how are you expected to clean the rest of the neighborhood when your backyard looks like crap? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That it starts there. You got to have integrity within the people that you work with. Hold each other accountable first before you're willing to actually defend them for doing something wrong.
Yeah,
I just wish I would see that more in interactions. Whenever you see a cop that's doing something not right, there should be another one right there to tell him, hey, you can't. I should be able to hear that. Hey, you can't do that. That's not right. This is. That's just how I feel about it personally. But at the end of the day, it's not that cut and dry. It's not that easy. The world's not perfect, and it never will be. So, uh,
hi, hi, Miss T with the T. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, that's why I didn't really like that movie. I was like, every time I'm like, but I don't like to see Denzel Washington as a bad guy either. So
my
I
that's
had a
why my
really hard time.
mother, that's why my mom doesn't like this movie because she loves Denzel Washington, and she does not like to see him as the bad guy. But in my opinion, this is my favorite. This is my favorite Denzel performance. He does so good in this. And then I'd have to say a very close second is The Book of Eli. If you've seen that, that's such a good movie.
That is a good movie. It's been
Man
a
on
while, but
Fire. Man on Fire is a good movie too. Uh,
oh,
gosh,
oh,
it could go down the list.
that was so sweet of Slim Show. Thank you for coming in, Miss T. And yeah, Kenny just got selected for Mandate. So I don't know. Is that 3 months, Ken? Mandate? 3 months training? So hopefully, he'll do good. And I just hope that he stays being a good person, and with hopefully you learn, everything that me and Ken taught him growing up. Hopefully he continues to do that and be a good
Well, I
person.
think I think the thing that you could just, I mean, if there's anything that I would think that would morally keep me straight is that if my parents kept telling me, remember your oath, remember your oath, remember your oath, remember what was first, and not you, you took this job to be second, you remember that. So
Yeah,
that's it. That's all I would say.
yeah, absolutely. Yes, The Devil's Advocate is a good versus evil movie. Oh, I don't.
That's another
Wait,
good one. Yeah, The
wait.
Devil's Advocate has Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. Have you seen it?
Right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a
Heidi,
great movie.
Heidi D, thanks for coming in. Um,
It's probably one of the weaker Al Pacino movies. I think he was just he took that movie and he was just trying to catch a paycheck. But he played the devil in it, I believe,
uh,
or a demon or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it. Oh
uh,
yeah,
uh,
Al Pacino's certainly up there for me too. I think his performance in The Irishman on Netflix, such a good movie. If you have 3 hours of your day to sit down and watch that movie, it's a fictional portrayal of the death of Jimmy Hoffa.
I keep telling Ken, maybe one day we'll find out Jimmy Hoffa's body and be famous.
That would be nice. I seriously think that he's been burned and turned into dust. That's just me, but I've
Probably.
looked into that story so much, and I'm just a history weirdo, always trying to figure stuff out that nobody else could. What the heck makes me think I could do it? And
Oh,
just getting everybody else's take on it and drives you mad.
so he plays the bad guy in that movie. El Pacino does. Okay. I don't know
Yeah,
if I've seen that movie.
I would, out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it like 2.5, 3. I don't think it's a very good movie, but it's Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, it sold tickets. I don't think it was a box office bust. I think it either leveled out or it made a lot of money because of the name. I think that was Keanu Reeves' first movie after he did uh first movie he did after, oh goodness, The Matrix. The Matrix.
Oh, Kristen, you weren't notified? You should have been. I don't know. But I'm glad you're on now. Thanks for coming in,
Hello.
though. Appreciate it. But
So,
we're,
what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're just talking a little bit about Training Day and now Devil's Advocate with Al
I
Pacino.
was, yeah, we got a little off track there. I was gonna say about Training Day, most rewatchable scene. What was your favorite scene in there? What's the scene like if you're going through the house and it was on, you're just gonna sit there and spend the whatever 5 minutes of the scene to watch it.
I think my favorite scene because it was all like bad stuff that was, like going showing them like all the bad stuff and making them do this stuff and then which I don't like and then but the kind of the funniest, well, I don't know if you say funny, but like ironic, is the scene where he goes, when he had to take all those pills, he kind of forced him to take the pills and he had the gun to his head. And then later he goes, it's not like I put a gun to your head.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm like,
know. The dude's a sociopath. He's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. I think my favorite scene is him sitting there playing cards with the Mexican guys at the table, like towards the end. Remember
yeah.
that that
So,
that that scene? Just the anxiety and the intensity that was building while watching that. It
Uh,
was I can't remember a scene that got me so good. I mean, I was zoned in on that. I was like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? And the Hollywood can't write it much better than this. This is such a good story. I mean, the guy's life is saved because he did the right thing. You know, he it ultimately it was menial. It didn't mean much. To the girl, it certainly did, but to him, it didn't. To the bad cop, but ultimately, it was the thing that saved his life.
well,
And
yeah, and I think it kind of got Denzel Washington to kind of look at the good a little bit because he's like, "Oh, you really had to do this," and he's like, "Well, you did the right thing," or after he saved the girl from getting raped.
hmm yeah,
So
he said, no matter what I tell you, you did the right thing. No matter what
yeah,
I say, yeah. So I think, when I think of Denzel's character, I see a man who was started with the best intentions at heart and then ended up being just like everyone else and went with the flow, did whatever he wanted.
yeah.
But,
Well, just like in the scene where he goes, he convinces Ethan Hawke to that they need to go in and look for something in this house, and he
oh
pretended he
yeah.
had the warrant papers, and then goes and steals a bunch of stuff and then leaves. Is like,
Yeah, he stole that money. He stole a bunch of money from the
yeah,
drug dealer and shoved it down the front of his pants. And a huge, hey, what's up? I know who you are. That was that lady. That's Missy Elliott.
what are you
That's
talking
so
about?
cool. The
Oh,
the singer, the lady,
oh,
the yeah.
the one that had to sit on the couch while he
Yeah,
stole.
that's Missy
Oh, okay.
Elliott. That's so cool, isn't
Ah,
it? And
yeah.
also, big shout out to Snoop Dogg. He was in this movie. And like we said, Dr. Dre. I'm trying to think. Terry Crews is in the movie. He's the guy that was clapping up the pigeons. Remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Every time he
Mm-hmm.
went down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm trying to think of who else is in the movie. Uh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't recognize people very well. Like I have to know like the actor like very well in order to know who's in it. Like I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
Really?
That's that's why if I out of everywhere I've been in 9 years of traveling, if I've seen a famous person, I would never know because if I can barely recognize who the person is in a movie, you think I'm gonna recognize them in person? I think the only thing that would trigger, oh, is that famous, is if I saw everybody swim around somebody. Otherwise, I'm so oblivious, I wouldn't even know.
Dang.
Yeah, I just kind of stay to myself though too when I'm at the airport. I just get so frustrated. I can't stand like how like people are and how people are just so rude and everything else when we're at the airport that I'm like I just try to stay away from everybody.
Well, that's to be expected today. It's just nobody cares. Most people
Yeah.
are doing their own thing, not even thinking about you anyway. So I think that's just a matter of how hard do you want to take it. You want to get mad about it? That's fine. You have every right to, but are you going to? I mean, is it worth it? It just depends. I'm definitely a case by case person. If I feel like getting mad enough, I'm going to.
Well, people at the airport are a whole different breed. It's kind of fun to watch. Sometimes I'm just like looking, I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Francesca, what have they done for me lately? Exactly.
Yeah. If they're not doing much for you, then don't waste your time trying to do more than you have to for them.
Yeah, especially like I'm with my life right now, it is so crazy busy that I don't I don't have time for a lot of stuff. And so I'm not gonna waste my time if I don't have to.
All right.
But yeah. So what movie should we talk about next week?
Um, I don't know. What were the other two movies that we were guessing
Um,
between? Your daughter picked
mm,
one, and somebody picked another.
I
It
can't
was two
remember.
Denzel movies and a um, Adam
You
Sandler movie, I believe.
you, you expect me to remember that far back?
Mm, I'm wondering why you're expecting me to. Who remembers? What were the other two movies that lost Training Day?
Well, we can pick a new movie if no one can remember. What would you like to review?
Mm, I would. I don't know.
We
We
could
could
re-
keep going on this
I
run. We
know
could go.
my
What?
favorite movie. My favorite movie ever after with Drew Barrymore.
Uh, that's that is 51st Dates, right?
No, ever after. It's the Cinderella one with Drew Barrymore.
Ever, ever after.
Ever after with Drew Barrymore.
Uh,
It's the Cinderella story, but a good one, not like not like the Disney one. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you.
I guess
I
I'll
don't know
watch
if
it.
you'd watch it really.
I guess so. If that's what we choose.
What does everybody else want to watch and review? You never know. You and your girlfriend could watch it and
I'm gonna
like
go
it.
look at the IMDb page about that, and I'm gonna go see how well it's reviewed. Because there's a lot of movies that you would have expected to be good, and they ended up being terrible. How have I never heard of this movie? I know movies like crazy.
Ever After, it was, oh my, how did you not? It's like the best movie ever with Drew Barrymore.
Ken says that now we're talking the other guys. The other guys. That's a good one.
Francesca says, lies you tell, Blake.
I don't know. I don't know that one. I'm sure they're terrible. But I want to see what my man Roger Ebert said about it. He's a movie critic. That if Roger Ebert didn't watch it, then I don't know if it's worth watching.
Okay, even Dee Dee says Ever After. Yep, she's got my back.
Ken, I'm with you. I got the other guys.
Yes, I love Drew Barrymore too, Dee Dee. My favorite actress. And I if you can get past being a guy and watching a Cinderella type story, I think you would like it.
I liked Enchanted. That one was pretty funny.
See,
I
there
like
you
that
go.
one.
So let's do Ever After next week.
That had like cartoon parts in it too.
Enchanted, yeah. Did you ever see Disenchanted, the second one?
I didn't know there was a second one.
Yep, I believe it's on Disney still. Yeah, I like her show too, Dee Dee. And I love her makeup. That's why I have First Impressions Friday with Flower Beauty, because Flower Beauty is Drew Barrymore's line.
The second one must have tanked because I never heard of it. Must have not been that good.
It wasn't as good, but
And honestly, the first one, I liked it, but if you're gonna talk about what makes a good movie, it was just okay. The other guys, I like it too. Ken, we voted.
um okay, Ken and Blake say the other guys. Me and Dee Dee says Ever After. It's a tie.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Come on, Will Ferrell. That's great.
Yes.
Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes. She was in
And
Training Day too. It's
and
so
actually,
perfect.
yeah, Dee Dee, I do like her makeup. And
She
it's
is my
affordable
top
too.
two. She's top three of my favorite TV actresses. Number one is Jennifer Aniston. Number two is Eva Mendes. Number three is Sofia Vergara from
I
or Sofia
I
Lagoria from the Modern Family.
I love Jennifer Aniston too. Alyssa, other guys. Oh, come on.
Yes, yes, Alyssa, that
Anybody else?
homie.
Anybody else on my side?
Get out of here, Jamie. Trying to make us pollute our brains.
No.
That's
I
funny.
my I remember Drew when she was yes in E.T. Alyssa said
Yeah,
that they're
she's a
supposed
little
to.
baby, and yeah, she was so tiny in ET. I remember
Uh,
that.
Alyssa said last week that they're supposed to make an E.T. um 2, a sequel.
Back to the Future is coming. Back to the Future 4, and I believe Steven Spielberg's going to direct it this time because
Who's gonna?
he let his buddy direct it last time. It's Steven Spielberg's movie. I think he's the because he Steven Spielberg's done all the greats. He's done E.T., Indiana Jones, uh, what I just said,
Back to the Future.
Thank you, Back to the Future. Oh goodness, lots of good stuff. I mean I'm missing great movies that he's done.
So
The Color Purple, he did that.
how are they gonna do Back to the Future 4? Are they going to? Who's gonna do Marty McFly?
Oh, it's gonna be. I don't know who his son's gonna be, but I know that it's gonna be Michael J. Fox. He's in it.
He is not. He can't act anymore.
I don't know. He's in it though.
Is he really?
I'm
When
not
when
kidding you.
when's
He's
it
got. I
coming
know he's
out?
got Parkinson's. I know what you mean. I don't know. I just know that he's in it. I'm sure he's not in it like an elongated period of time, but he's
Yeah,
in it.
because that's
And
why he
and
had
plus
to.
and plus, there's so much CG nowadays. There's so many things that can be done to stop that shaking to make him look still. Just putting his face in the movie and using his body, that'll be good enough.
Well, and yeah, I was gonna say because that's why he had to stop that Sin City or Slin or what was the show? Sin City was it?
Uh, I think so, but let's see, he was in what was it, Happy Times or Good Times? What was his first show?
Family Ties.
Family Ties. Yes, thank you. Family Ties. He was in that while he was filming uh
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. You need to watch his biopic that he put out, and it's about him alone himself. It's so good.
Is it? What's that
hmm
on?
HBO or Amazon Prime? I can't remember. It's on either one of those, but
What's it called? Michael J. Fox bio.
something like that. If you type that in, I'm sure something will come up.
I I thought he did so good in the Back to the Future movies. I really liked him.
hmm
It was a shame that he ended up getting Parkinson's at an early age.
It's life. But I
yeah, I
mean, the
mean,
endorsements and the lifelong checks that he gets from Back to the Future, it's I mean, that when Nike actually came out with a pair of the shoes, the McFlys, and they were like $10,000 a pair, he was getting a portion of the sales just
ten
because his name was
thousand
on it.
dollars for a
Mhm.
pair of shoes. That is just crazy.
That's not even a little. That's a pair of Michael Jordan original Air Jordan ones. They're like $30,000. You think I'm kidding?
For a
And
pair
People
of
will
shoes.
pay. People will pay retarded amounts for shoes.
Well, I know, like
I would say the average cost of a pair of high-end shoes is about $2,000 to $5,000.
okay, I was gonna say $200 to $500. That's a lot.
Mm, I know,
Wow.
so dumb. Go look up at what a pair of Balenciagas cost. It's insane.
No, thank you.
Not
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense that they cost that much.
yeah, ET phone home. I love that. Even if I had the money, I would not spend $500 on a pair of shoes. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I know, right, Francesca? I mean,
Much less a
I
thousand.
oh my gosh, the highest I've ever paid, and that's because I have extremely small feet, and my feet are flat, and being on my feet all day when I was a nurse, I spent like $200 for a pair of like Nike Shocks just to kind of help my feet. But they lasted forever, and they were the best things for my feet. Working a 12-hour shift and running up and down the
Mm,
hallways and lifting people and all that, I needed that. Prada shoes, $5,000. Oh my goodness, no way.
that's probably more like uh, Louis Vuitton or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I found out last week that was the richest man in the world that you said,
I told you.
and you confirmed it. I would never have guessed that Louis Vuitton was the CEO was the richest man in the world. I would have thought like Bill Gates or Elon Musk or
His
yeah,
name, I can't
I
remember. I can't even remember what his name is.
yeah, me either.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't blame you, Dee Dee. I wouldn't have got them either. That's just crazy. $5,000.
that's
And
just
then what is
like, hey, that's hey, I can do this money.
well, in my luck, I'd get those pair of shoes and then I would step in dog poop or something, and then they get all ruined, and then I
Ugh.
just wasted $5,000. Like every day going into work, I'm like, like I'm holding my coffee and the lid's crap. I don't know why, but the lids are like crappy here, and
hmm
it always gets splashed on my white shirt. I'm like, come on, Jody, not my white shirt going into work.
I don't wear much white unless it's already tarnished, or like whenever I'm at work, I'll wear white. But uh, only time I wear white is if I know that I'm not gonna get in any dirt or any of that. I'm gonna be inside,
Well,
not
yeah, 'cause
eating.
you have a outdoors job, so it'd be hard to keep your
Mm,
white shirt. But
yeah,
I have
anything that
it.
I use and it's white, it gets destroyed.
Me too, and I'm not. Yeah. Do you have white on now, Blake? Francesca says.
Yeah, well, this you should see how dirty and old this shirt is. It's got spots all over it, and it's just icky. But I threw my jersey on because we have to rip. Um, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa. Uh, I don't. I was. We pretty much hit everything that I wanted to say about that movie. It's a really good one. Training Day in the books. Go watch it if you haven't already. You got spoiled and teased with a lot today.
Hi, James Ortiz. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Well, okay, so it looks like the other guys won. So next week we'll review
The other guys.
yeah, we'll review the other guys. James says if I wear white, someone will serve red enchiladas. Yeah, Dee Dee, we lost to Ever After. Maybe next week we can do, or the following week we can do Ever After. I know
Well,
I love that movie.
with how fast we review these things, it's not out of the question that we can't do two of them. You know, usually I think about reviewing them and they should take a lot longer, I would think, but we zoom. We go pretty fast.
So Francesca says, "What are the topics we're going to be talking about for the movie again?" I can't remember that movie,
So
so
I have I have the two categories I know for sure. I have the most rewatchable scene and the recasting. Those are the two that I know for sure.
other
Oh,
guys.
and what's age the best? What's age the worst?
Wait, what? What age
Like
the?
what part of the movies age the best and what part of the movies age the worst?
Oh, okay.
So
Other guys.
those are the three categories I have for sure. We need other ones.
I don't know if it's on Peacock, DD. I'm almost positive it's on Netflix, and it might
I
be
don't
on.
know.
And there's a lot of other um platforms that I look for that's like free. Like I tried watching Training Day off of YouTube. That wasn't free. So I went to Tubi and that was. Um, and then I look at Amazon Prime. Sometimes it's on Amazon Prime.
I mean,
Um,
if you think about it, renting one of these movies is this equivalent to buying a cup of coffee. You could rent one for the same price that you buy a cup of Starbucks coffee for. So uh, eventually, I mean, ultimately, you can get it on Google Play or Apple Apple TV, whatever, however you rent movies from, you could do it that way, and it would probably only cost you like $5 at the most, probably cheaper.
yeah, and if you can't, and if you don't have that, that's fine too. But there's so many platforms like that's free that you might be able to find, Didi. Um, like I looked for Training Day for free stuff, and on YouTube they were gonna make me pay, and then I went to Tubi and I didn't have to pay. There's a lot of ads, but I'd rather watch the ads than pay. You bit into a cherry tomato. It landed on a bookkeeper's white shirt. Oh my gosh. He said, no thanks. I already have some without tipping a fee. Well, that's good. He could have been a jerk about it, James. Oh my goodness. So, oh, you also have Amazon Prime? Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes on Amazon Prime you can watch things free that's not included in Prime, but there again, there's lots of ads. Like
Well,
the
scroll
free.
if you take your phone and you slide it up and you go to the search bar and you type in the name of a movie and once it pops up, click on that movie and it'll tell you what it's available on, if it's available on anything at all.
Oh,
And
okay.
but it has to be an app that you have downloaded and they're like synced with your Apple thing, you know.
Uh, does that work for Android too? Because I have Android.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes,
It may do the same thing, but I don't know.
Ken says we have a great crowd. Yes, we do. Hit that like button to help us out. Big sploosh. Oh, thanks, James. Or yeah, it was a big sploosh. Yeah, but
That's a good movie, The Big Lebowski, the bowler
I think I've seen that movie. I can't
with
remember
John
exactly.
Goodman and
Oh yes, yes, yes.
gosh, what's his name? He was in R.I.P.C.D. He was in Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Yeah,
You
he's
have a good
awesome.
memory. Keep that young brain of yours active.
I just think about movies. I just have a good memory about movies. I can't remember what you tell me most of the time.
It sounds like Ken. The other day I was talking to him and I'm like, "Well, Ken, we just had this conversation like 2 days ago." And he goes, "No, we didn't." I'm like, "You don't." And I started recapping the whole conversation to see if he would remember. He's like, "I don't
Oh
remember,
yeah.
Jamie," and he was getting all mad at me. And, and I'm like,
I
"Really?
told you,
Okay."
fool. I told you.
Okay.
But
Should, should we do
yeah,
one card of trivia since it's
is that all we got
almost,
time for? Pretty much.
it looks like. Let's do
I
one
was,
card.
yeah, guys. If you have any other ideas as far as categories, let me know. We've got most rewatchable scene. Let me write that. Rewatchable. Recasting. What age the best? What age the worst?
And what did you like most about it and what did you not like about it? How's that?
Sure, sure. That's a good one. And we'll before we do that, we'll get some backstory on the movie, find out stuff about it. Um, we'll tell you the budget, we'll tell you how much it made, all that good stuff.
All right. All right. 6 questions if we can do it in 10 minutes. What Romanian theme park was scheduled to open in 2002? Castle Wolfenstein, Dracula Land, or Transylvania World?
Transylvania World.
Nope.
Have you seen that movie Hotel Transylvania?
Yes, I have.
My girlfriend loves that movie. She watches it all the time.
Nope, not C, Wilma. It is Dracula Land. Dracula Land. Who humbly said of his role in Radiohead, "We operate like the UN, and I'm America."
Radiohead, that's a cool band. I haven't heard of them in a while. What's his name? Shoot, I can't remember.
It's okay, Sherry. Next week we're gonna watch uh
The other guys.
oh yeah, The Other Guys. It's gonna be the movie we're gonna review. But we reviewed Training Day. So what was your favorite scene, Sherry? Okay. All right. Who humbly said of his role in Radiohead, "We operate like the UN, and I'm America." That was Tom York.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. What White House chief of staff poo-pooed concerns over the Exxon Valdez spill, noting that three-quarters of its oil stayed on board?
Was that Bill Clinton?
Nope.
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. What White House chief of staff poo-pooed concerns over the Exxon Valdez spill, noting that three-quarters of its oil stayed on board?
Donald Rumsfeld?
No. You'll get back to me on that. It was John Sununu. Sununu, if I even said it right.
Whoop-de-doo-doo.
What brand of duck hunting boots should no man be without, according to the Yuppie Handbook?
I don't know, but I would assume it's the ones that Duck Dynasty uses.
Bushes, I think, but no clue who it was. No, it wasn't. It
You
was
picked
the
a
Johnson
terrible
family.
card, Jamie.
I know, but they're all terrible. So, what brand of duck hunting boots should no man be without, according to the Yuppie Handbook? It
Tell
was.
us, Sherry. She said she knows it. What is it?
I it was
Oh,
LL Bean. LL Bean.
I never
Okay.
knew them.
Which creature boasts the most chromosomes? A camel, cat, or chicken? They have rubber tours?
Probably a camel.
Nope. The most chromosomes.
Oh, that means. Oh, I know what that means. What about chicken? Is it a chicken?
Yes, it is a chicken. You and
Wilma beat me.
yep.
Looks like what Wilma wins.
What eastern U.S. city ran public service ads asking sports fans to curtail their excessive booing in 2000?
The Yankees.
Nope. What
The
eastern
Eagles.
U.S. What eastern U.S. city ran public service ads asking sports fans to curtail their excessive booing in 2000?
Oh, is it
Not
Baltimore?
Boston. Nope, not Boston.
Oh, she did Boston. uh,
They had to tell them to stop booing the Celtics.
hey, you watch it over there. Uh, is it? It's not Philadelphia.
Yep, you are
It is.
right. Yep, very
The
good.
worst, literally the worst fan base in sports is anything Philadelphia. Philadelphia Eagles are, I mean, people hate the Cowboys because they're good. People hate the Eagles because they hate the Eagles. All right, they're just the biggest loudmouth, worst franchise in the NFL, and I can't stand them.
Um, just so everyone knows, today is my niece's 21st birthday, so shout out to her. Happy birthday to my niece Kyla.
Happy birthday.
Okay, the riddle of the night is: what insect thinks it's a dog? Thank you, Sherry and Didi. What insect thinks it's a dog? Nope, not an
What?
ant. Ken, if you can get a riddle or a quote for me. Thank you, Francesca. Any other guesses besides an ant? Yes, you're close, Sherry. It's a bark beetle. A bark beetle thinks it's a dog. Very good, Sherry. You get that one. All right,
Woof,
everyone.
woof, woof, woof. I would have never guessed that, so you win.
So everyone, thank you so much for being so interactive and helpful in the chat. Blake, any last words for you?
Let's go, Boston. Let's go, Boston. That's all I got for you. We got to go watch
All
some boys now.
All right, and Ken's getting me a quote, hopefully. And again, thank you, everyone. And remember, you're all beautiful inside and out, and don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote of the night is Ken.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Yes, William Ward says forgiveness is a funny thing. It warms the heart and cools the sting. I like that one. Well, have a good night, everyone, and remember, watch the other guys, and we'll see you next week.
The
Bye.
other guys. See ya.